Hello? Hello? Listen to that. Your voice goes out, and the world throws it right back at you as an echo. No footsteps, no, hey, over here. No annoyed security guard telling you to leave. Just your words bouncing around an empty building like they don't know where to land. Now, zoom out. The stadium is empty. The parking lot is empty. The highway outside is empty. The city is still standing, but it's standing without people. And that's the thought that punches you in the chest. Everybody's gone. Every single human being except you. So, what happens next? Do you become the freest person alive? Or does the silence start eating you from the inside out? Let's make this real for a second. Not a movie version, not cool apocalypse outfit vibes. Just you, right now, dropped into a world that suddenly has zero humans in it. At first, your brain doesn't even accept it. You go into problem-solving mode. You pull out your phone. No service. You try Wi-Fi. Nothing. You call somebody. It doesn't ring like normal. It's just dead. You drive to the busiest place you can think of because your brain is like, there's no way it's everywhere. But it is. The wild part is the world looks normal at a glance. The sun's still doing its thing, birds are still flying, a billboard might even still be lit for a little while. But the human layer, the noise, the movement, the constant background chatter has been peeled off. And when that hits you, the first emotion isn't always sadness, it's adrenaline. Because now you're not just alone, you're responsible for everything. There's no 911. No nurse, no neighbor, no coworker, no random stranger to ask, yo, do you know what's going on? It's just you and a question with no answer. What happened? The first day is basically denial mixed with panic management. You check hospitals, empty. You check the police station, empty. You check houses, cars are parked like people were in the middle of living. A grocery cart is left in an aisle like someone just walked away. A restaurant has chairs out like it was normal 5 minutes ago. And that detail messes with your head because it feels recent, like you missed everyone by seconds. So you start making deals with reality. Maybe they're hiding. Maybe there was an evacuation. Maybe I'm dreaming. But then night comes. And the first night is where it gets weird. Because silence is not just quiet. Silence is pressure. It sits on you. Every little sound becomes a whole event. A creak, a branch tapping a window, the hum of a fridge, your own stomach. You realize how much your brain depends on other people being nearby, even if you're not talking to them. The distant traffic, the neighbor's TV, somebody laughing 2 apartments over. That's the sound of safety. Without it, your brain starts scanning for danger 24/7. And that's when the psychological stuff kicks in. Solitude sounds peaceful until it becomes total. Give it a few days and time starts slipping. There's no schedule anymore. No, it's Friday. No, see you next week. Just daylight and darkness. You might start talking out loud, like constantly. You'll narrate what you're doing. You'll say, okay, we're good. Like you're calming down a pet. That's not you being crazy, that's your brain trying to create feedback, because humans are built to send signals and receive signals back. Without that loop, your thoughts don't land, they just spin. And the mental spiral doesn't always show up as dramatic crying in the rain. Sometimes it's smaller. You catch yourself replaying old arguments like you're trying to win them years late. You remember awkward moments you thought you forgot. You start missing people you didn't even like because even annoying people are proof that you're part of a world. Then you hit a moment that's almost funny, until it isn't. You hear a noise. Your heart jumps, and you realize the scariest part of being the last person on Earth is that there's nobody coming to help you if you're wrong. So you start trying to be tough. I'm fine, I've got this. But deep down, you start craving one thing more than food. A voice that isn't yours. Now, let's talk survival. Because yeah, feelings are heavy, but you still gotta eat. The good news is, at the beginning, you're surrounded by supplies. Grocery stores, pharmacies, warehouses, stuff everywhere. You can eat like a king for a while. But here's the problem. Modern life is a chain reaction, and people are the links. Power plants need workers, water treatment needs maintenance, fuel delivery stop, systems fail one by one. So your first real move is to think like someone who's not getting resupplied. You start collecting shelf-stable food. Canned stuff, rice, beans, pasta, peanut butter, oats, salt. Boring food becomes beautiful food. And water becomes the big priority. Because once city systems go down, just turn on the sink stops being a guarantee. You start filling every clean container you can find. Bathtubs, jugs, bottles, anything. After that, you're boiling water, filtering it, treating it, making it safe because you do not want to get sick in a world with no doctors. Then there's shelter. At first, you might stay at your place because it feels normal, familiar, like you can pretend. But practicality wins. You want a building that stays warm, stays dry, and stays secure. Somewhere you can store supplies without constantly moving them. Somewhere with a solid roof and fewer ways for storms or animals to wreck your life overnight. And safety isn't about fighting people anymore. It's about avoiding accidents. Because one bad fall is a life-threatening event now. One deep cut, one infection, one dumb, I bet I can climb that moment. Nobody's going to find you. So you become careful. Helmet if you're doing risky stuff, gloves, first aid kit, clean bandages, slow decisions. Survival becomes less epic hero and more consistent, careful adult. And honestly, that's harder for most people than any action scene. Then comes the emotional whiplash. Loneliness versus freedom. Because you will have moments that feel unreal in a good way. You can walk into a fancy store and try on everything just because you can. You can drive down the middle of the road like it's your personal runway. You can go into a museum and stand inches from priceless art with no crowd pushing you. You can blast music as loud as you want and nobody complains. For a second, it feels like the world finally belongs to you. And then you realize the truth. The best part of a moment is sharing it. A view isn't just a view. It's you looking at it, then turning to somebody and going, "Look at that," and hearing them say, "Whoa." Without that, the win feels hollow. Freedom starts to feel less like a gift and more like floating in space. No one can stop you, sure, but also no one can find you. No one can understand you. No one can remember you. And the question creeps in. If you were the last person on Earth, you wouldn't just learn how to find food. You'd learn what you actually value. You'd realize how much of your identity is made of other people. Family, friends, rivals, strangers, even the random cashier you barely noticed. You'd realize how many small moments were the whole point. The quick check-in text, the dumb joke, the drive safe, the I'm home. And you'd probably wish you treated connection like the treasure it is instead of something you assume will always be there. So here's what I want you to sit with. If tomorrow the world went quiet, who would you miss first? And what would you wish you said while you still had the chance? If you enjoyed this, like the video, subscribe, and drop a comment. What would you do first if you were the last person on Earth? Would you build a new life, explore the empty world, or spend the first week just trying not to lose your mind? I'm reading the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.